principal of Forest Hills High School, and I would like to welcome you to the 49th annual commencement exercises for our high school. There are a few announcements that I would like to make at this time. During the ceremony, please do not approach the stage to take pictures. We also ask that you use your cell phones tonight to only take pictures and not to make or receive phone calls. At the conclusion of the program, all parents, friends, and relatives are invited down to the floor to participate in the joy and celebration of this graduation. I would also like to thank all the faculty and staff of the Forest Hills School District who worked so hard to make today a memorable moment for our seniors. And now, the class of 2015. At this time, will the audience please stand for the singing of our national anthem and remain standing for the Forest Hills Alma Mater. Gentlemen of our graduating class, please remove your caps at this time. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce Ms. Kayla Gabani, Senior Class President, who will give the welcoming address. Kayla is the daughter of Mark and Jill Gabani of Mineral Point. Kayla is involved in numerous clubs and organizations, including Student Council, FBLA, JCJCET, 4-H, Reading Competition, Volleyball, Spanish Honor Society, and National Honor Society. Kayla received the School Directors Award, the Helene and Robert Kranzler Scholarship, and the Indiana University of Pennsylvania Scholarship. Kayla will attend Indiana University of Pennsylvania, where she will study pre-med in order to pursue a career as a cardiologist. Ladies and gentlemen, I proudly present to you the Senior Class President, Ms. Kayla Gabani.
Good evening. I am Kayla Gabani, the Senior Class President. I would like to take this time to extend a warm welcoming to you, the class of 2015, and to your parents, family, and friends who have joined you here tonight. To the class of 2015, let's face it, we are sitting here today on the unexpected future. It is not a distant reality anymore. It begins here, it begins tonight. No matter where you go or what we do, there will be challenges that will lay in our path. We, as a class, have been taught to take these challenges head on while keeping our heads held high and heart wide open. It is not just enough to get by simply in life. We must excel in every challenge we plan to accomplish and strive for excellence, while remembering excellence is the tradition. But let's go back to the time where we first began learning excellence is the tradition. Standing here today, it is occurring to me that we spent the last 12 to 13 years together beginning our own book. Those years have skipped ahead to an event that seems so far off in the distance, but is now here today. We can now reflect on past chapters that will help us with future volumes. In Chapter 1, we went through grade school together, learning lessons like sharing is caring, the golden rule, do not take candy from strangers, and no budging or skipping in the lunch line. Even though we were taught our manners, I don't think the lesson of budging in the lunch line ever seemed to sink in, because still to this day we turn in the race cars going to lunch on deli and chicken patty day. Also found in this chapter, we began learning the basics of math and English, or just the rough times such as how to tell time on an analog clock that no one uses anymore. But I'm not sure if we ever conquered this skill either, because I always got asked, "Do you know what time it is?" And I always said no. This chapter then began the friendships that may still be in key today, past friendships that are no longer there, or extended friendships as we learned to make new friends while keeping the old. As we finished writing our chapter 1, we then took everything we learned and applied it to chapter 2 without knowing. Chapter 2 was the tween days, or the 13-year-olds going on 30s. That's right, we were pretty cool. In middle school, it was the first time well spent as we learned to balance our emotions and transition from childhood years to teenage years. And just like any other teenager, some emotions weren't always balanced, such as the time we all stood on the sidelines and cheered on something that probably wasn't meant to be cheered on. Also in this chapter, we are exposed to those awkward moments such as boy likes girl, or as our famous middle school teacher quoted, the Monopoly stage. And the girl is 2 feet taller than the boy, but it just didn't matter. Let's be honest, it was a difficult stage for us and our teachers. Now we just finished chapter 3, where each year's homework got significantly harder, but we found time to do it, or not because we got diagnosed with senioritis. Fortunately, during the past 3 years, our time management has improved, not only to accommodate our school load, but also to account time for work and friends who are now sitting in the same room as you, just waiting to get handed that diploma. I mean, I remember walking in the first day of high school as a sophomore and following up those steps right into the cafeteria, but later watching my best friend fall up the steps right after me and not feeling so bad about myself anymore. And now here she is, sitting and supporting me as I try so hard not to mess up this speech. At Forest Hills, we also took the time to work out kinks in our personality to become the young adults who are sitting right in front of me tonight. One of my favorite quotes was stated by Mary Kay Ash that I want to share with you. Don't limit yourself. Many people limit themselves to what they think they can do. You can go as far as your mind lets you. What you believe, remember, you can achieve. Here is when we take another transition in life, where we decide what chapters come next and decide what chapters will be included in our novel, such as the chapters of what I did or what I could have done. But now, as we head into the upcoming chapters, we bring our knowledge, memory, and friends with us wherever we go, making the bad times seem all right and the good times better. Unfortunately, not every chapter will be a light to the reading. There will be struggles, but never stop writing because success and achievement is never easy. I would now like to take a moment to thank everyone for being a chapter in my book, not only to the class of 2015, but to the staff of Forest Hills who made this night possible. All of you have contributed to my story in some way, and I hope I have contributed to your story as well. As I look at you, the class of 2015, after writing your next volume, ask yourself, when I reflect back on what I have done, am I proud of my life series? What kind of story will I leave behind, and what will it say about my character? Keep this in mind as you write every page. You do not have to write a Newbery Medal to have an excellent piece of work, but remember this, nothing is impossible. The word itself says I'm possible. Congratulations, class of 2015, we did it.
Thank you, Kayla. Now at this time, I'd like to introduce our platform guests for tonight. I will start over to my left. Our valedictorian, Mr. Eben Blaisdell. Our salutatorian, Mr. Kevin Wilson. Senior class president, Ms. Kayla Gabani. High school assistant principal, Mr. Brian Costin. Superintendent of the Forest Hills School District, Mr. Edwin Bowser. Director of Education, Mrs. Vanessa Schrahl. President of the Forest Hills School Board, Mr. Fred Russell. Elementary school principal, Mr. Lucas Jacobs. Elementary school assistant principal, Mr. Larry Selmer. Middle school principal, Mr. Ed Alexander. Middle school Dean of Students, Mrs. Laura Miller. Representing the middle school staff, Mr. Brian Madison. Representing the high school staff, Ms. Claudine Uhas. And representing the elementary staff, Mrs. Noelle Miller. And we also have several members of our school board in attendance tonight. Mr. Bob McTavish, Mrs. Tracy Helsel, Mr. John Bopp, Dr. Tim Ondrake, Mr. Galen George, and Mr. Jared Cronauer. At this time, it gives me great pleasure to introduce the Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Edwin Bowser. Mr. Bowser is a 1976 graduate of Richland High School, and we won't hold that against him tonight. He began his teaching career in 1981 as an auto body instructor at the Greater Johnstown Career and Technology Center. He received his bachelor's degree and master's equivalency in 1987 from the University of Pittsburgh. Mr. Bowser earned a master's degree in elementary and secondary guidance in 1993 from Frostburg State University in Maryland, and in 1994 he completed his cooperative education certificate at Indiana University of Pennsylvania. That year, Mr. Bowser was appointed guidance counselor, cooperative coordinator at the Greater Johnstown Career and Technology Center. He received his secondary principal certification in 1998 from St. Francis University. In 2007, Mr. Bowser earned his superintendent's letter of eligibility from Gannon University. He has been employed in various capacities in the Forest Hills School District since 1999. He began his Forest Hills career as the high school assistant principal. He was appointed principal of the high school in 2006. And in 2009, Mr. Bowser was appointed director of education, where he remained until his appointment to the superintendency in 2011. Mr. Bowser is married to the former Dana Bevick of Ferndale. She's employed as an OB nurse at Conemaugh Hospital, and they have 3 children, Zachary, Elena, and Logan. Ladies and gentlemen, the superintendent of the Forest Hills School District, Mr. Edwin Bowser. Welcome, Deb.
Hello, everyone. How are you? Good. Board members, administrators, professional staff, parents, friends, relatives, and most of all, class of 2015. Before I begin my formal graduation address to our graduates and their families tonight, I would like to take this time, a moment, to recognize 6 individuals who will be retiring at the conclusion of this school year. Most of you probably had these teachers over the past 13 years. The individuals I'd like to recognize tonight, even though they may not be in the audience, are Mrs. Lucy Brezovic, elementary kindergarten teacher for 32 years, Mrs. Diane Vina, grade 6 elementary teacher who worked for 25 years in education, Mrs. Christine Chismar, grade 5 elementary teacher who has 34 years in education, Mrs. Valerie Pringle, middle school and high school English teacher, 25 years, Mrs. Ruth Ann Baker, grade 1 elementary teacher, 35 years, Mrs. Betty Hall, elementary kindergarten teacher, 12 years. These 6 teachers have amassed a total of 164 years of classroom experience. The school district and the students have truly been enriched by their gifts for education and their choice to share it with our children. Thank you for the years of service and dedication to the students at Forest Hills. And I know they're not here, but how about a round of applause for our teachers? Well, class of 2015, as I said at the awards assembly to some of you, tonight I'll make it formal. Congratulations. For you and your parents, the day of your graduation should be marked by joy and celebration. Your years of study and work have brought triumph, which rewards you, honors your teachers, and brings pride to your families. Whether in the classroom, on stage, in the academic arena, in the vocational shops, on the playing field, the class of 2015 has made its mark and carried on the tradition of excellence that's been established at Forest Hills for over 49 years. 18 seniors, which to my best recollection is the most of any class in history of Forest Hills, at least that I can remember, had a grade point average of over 4.0. That's quite a feat considering we had graduating classes of 243 students and 210 students, so we now have approximately 140 students, so it's quite an achievement. Approximately 69% of the graduating class will move on to some form of higher education or military. 48 seniors have received scholarships at some of the most prestigious colleges and universities in the country. These scholarships have a monetary value of over $900,000. Again, it's time to give the students a round of applause for their accomplishments. From the very first time I walked on a stage in 1999 as the assistant superintendent at Forest Hills High School, and for the past 15 years, 4 of those as superintendent of schools, I have maintained and kept 2 graduation traditions. Each year I would begin my speech exactly the same way I'm going to begin it tonight, stating to the graduates, families, and friends that tonight they would receive a special gift. Status quo is the path I'll continue to follow, and again will bestow upon the audience and the 2015 graduates this special gift. My gift to you is that my speech will be very, very short. Thank you. I am keeping it short because I know how eager you are to continue your journey. You're eager to get your diplomas and join your families and friends to share the moment. And to be honest, that's how it should be. Because graduation is your night. Because graduation is far from an end. Rather, it's the beginning of all of your tomorrows. Tonight, you take a major step. You put aside those trappings of your childhood and turn your eyes to the future. Take with you the learning and growth that you've experienced in our schools for over the past 13 years. You have studied, played, and grown mentally as well as physically, and now you're ready to begin your lives as responsible members of the Forest Hills adult community. Whatever course your future takes, it is our sincere hope that you will look back on your years at Forest Hills, that we have prepared you to meet and deal with all the challenges that life will present you. Tonight again is your night. Each year, in every speech and on every occasion, I've tried to find some words of wisdom or a quote that will leave a lasting impression and hopefully will have a special meaning to students, teachers, and staff members. The second tradition that I've incorporated in my graduation speech is to find one of those short stories that, even if for a short time, will have a special meaning to members of the graduating class. This year I found a short story by Patty Henson. It talks about choices that all of us have to make in life, and how these choices can sometimes have a profound effect on our futures. I hope you enjoy this short story. 2 seeds lay side by side in a fertile spring soil. The first seed said, I want to grow. I want to send my roots deep into the soil beneath me and thrust my sprouts through the earth's crust above me. I want to unfurl my tender buds like banners to announce the arrival of spring. I want to feel the warmth of the sun on my face and the blessing of the morning dew on my petals. And so she grew. The second seed said, I'm afraid. If I send my roots into the ground below, I don't know what I will encounter in the dark. If I push my way through the hard soil above me, I may damage my delicate sprouts. What if I let my buds open and a snail tries to eat them? And what if I open my blossom and a small child may pull me from the ground? No, it's much better for me to wait until it's safe. And so she waited. A yard hen scratching around the early spring ground for food found the waiting seed and promptly ate it. Moral of the story, those of us who refuse to risk and grow get swallowed by life. Graduates of Forest Hills class of 2015, it is now time for you to take some risks and grow. The individuals that are seated before us are our future. Let them bask in their accolades today, but make sure they continue to strive and reach their goals and aspirations. Whatever course your future takes, it is my hope that you can look back on your years at Forest Hills as a positive and rewarding experience. My final request to you as your superintendent, I would ask that you please take a moment to extend a heartfelt appreciation to your parents for their patience, commitment, understanding, because without your parents' support and devotion, you could have not reached these achievements. I want to thank you for trying, for not giving up, and thank you for always being around when the school needed a helping hand. A wise man once said, life is divided into three terms: that which is, that what was, and that which will be. Let us learn from the past to profit in the present, and from the present to live a better future. On behalf of the Forest Hills Board of Education and the administration, we wish each and every one of you the happiness of a productive life, the respect of your fellow man, and the love of your family. May your future be filled with promise and happiness. Congratulations, and good luck in the future endeavors. It is my honor and privilege to be your superintendent. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bowser. At this time, our senior class chorus members will sing their rendition of Good Riddance, better known as Time of Your Life. Thank you, Kevin, and senior chorus members. Our first speaker tonight is the salutatorian of the class of 2015, Mr. Kevin Wilson. Kevin is the son of Ron and Karen Wilson of South Fork. Kevin is a member of both the National and Spanish Honor Societies. During his high school career, he participated in FBLA, the Rifle Team, Scholastic Quiz, and Spirit Club. He was also a mentor for Outdoor Odyssey. Kevin received the School Directors Award, the Rotary Club Academic Excellence Award, the Rotary Club Service Above Self Award, the Senior Rifle Award, the Challenge Program STEM Award, and the University of Pittsburgh at Johnstown REB Commuter Scholarship. Kevin will attend the University of Pittsburgh at Johnstown on scholarship and major in computer science with a minor in Spanish. Ladies and gentlemen, I proudly present to you our salutatorian, Mr. Kevin Wilson.
Thank you, Mr. Vassis. Good evening. To begin, I would like to thank the Forest Hill School District Administration, the teachers, and all Forest Hill staff for providing me with the education that brought me to this day. I would also like to thank all of my friends and family for providing support and encouragement throughout the past 13 years of school. Without all of you, I wouldn't have had the slightest chance of standing at this stage today. In addition, I would like to congratulate the entire senior class for all of the hard work that it took to get here, and of course, I want to congratulate Evan Blaisdell, our valedictorian. Of anyone from today's graduating class, you by far, Evan, deserve it the most. So the second I left awards night on Thursday, I started sifting through every inspirational message that I could conjure up in my mind in hopes of finding something that would impact over 140 graduates. I wanted more than a random quote that somehow related back to our school or an analogy drawn between our lives and something that we learned. What I needed was something that genuinely had a strong influence on my life that I could share with everyone today. After a day of deliberation, it finally came to me. A poem called The Dash by Linda Ellis. It inspired me to evaluate my life, and I hope it has the same effect on all of you. Some background information is needed to fully understand why this poem inspired me. As many of you probably know, I spent part of my past 2 summers at a leadership and mentoring camp called Outdoor Odyssey near Boswell, which, as a small side note, is a place that completely changed my life and shaped how I view and treat others today. I would highly recommend it to every upcoming high school student at Forest Hills. Students attend the camp for 2 weeks in the summer, the first week to learn leadership and social skills while participating in different outdoor activities, and the second week to create a bond with an underprivileged child for mentoring throughout the entire school year. My first year was the summer before my junior year in high school, and the first activity that my group experienced was the hike. After hours of hiking, our group eventually came to a small pathway through a brush on a trail. We changed course and followed this new path until the trees thinned, leaving a small clearing around a large metal object lodged into the ground. Our counselors had us circle the object while they explained its significance. We were at the crash site. The object was a plane engine left behind from a carrier transporting veterans from the Bombing Squad 97 after the Nimitz Day celebration held in Washington, D.C. following the Allied victory in World War II. The plane encountered heavy fog during its flight and unfortunately crashed into the side of the Laurel Highlands Mountains, killing 2 young soldiers. As the camp counselors filled us in on the story, every mentor remained silent, letting the emotional impact of the place sink in. After a few moments, the counselors introduced the poem by Linda Ellis that inspired me to change the way I look at my life, The Dash. To shorten the length of this speech, I won't read the poem in its entirety, but I do believe that the story and the message behind it are very profound. The dash in the poem refers to the dash between the dates of birth and death on a gravestone. This dash represents an entire lifetime that unfolds between the 2 dates that it connects. Sadly, we are at the mercy of chance when it comes to the length of our own dash. We have no control over when either of the 2 dates on our gravestone will occur. Therefore, it is imperative that we make each and every day of our lives count and live them to their fullest potential. To be sure that this is happening, you can ask yourself a question proposed in the final stanza of the poem. So when your eulogy is being read with your life's actions to rehash, would you be proud of the things they say about how you spent your dash? Seniors, 18 years of our dash is behind us, but those years were not wasted. We spent them growing, learning, creating relationships, and building the morals and character that define who we are. Whether you're proud of how you've spent your dash thus far, or if you haven't quite yet achieved what you wanted, you still have a life to live. Every day leading to the ceremony has sculpted us to fulfill a dash. Though today is the end of our high school careers, it is not the end of our dash. We still have time to fill our dash with relationships, memories, legacies, and opportunities to make our families, communities, and world a better place. We can learn to be less quick to anger and how to better understand each other as human beings, and how to live a life full of purpose. One that makes the years between our birth and end date meaningful for ourselves and others. These are what create a memorable dash, not the wealth we possess or the career achievements we obtain. I encourage everyone attending today to make the most of every day we have on this earth, and create a dash that one day you can look back on and be proud of, realizing that your life was a complete, marked with examples having lived a full purpose-filled life. Class of 2015, thank you for spending the formative years of our dash together. We have formed friendships, some that will last a lifetime, and many fond memories. Thank you, and best wishes to each of you as you begin to fill your dash. Stay classy.
Thank you, Kevin. And now, the valedictorian of the class of 2015, Mr. Eben Blaisdell. Eben is the son of Michael and Karen Blaisdell of Mount Hope. Eben has participated in cross-country, track, scholastic quiz, FBLA, mock trial, Boy Scouts, robotics, chess club, math counts, and forensics. Eben received the Bucknell Presidential Fellows Scholarship and the Forest Hills Alumni Scholarship. Other accolades include the School Directors Award, the President's Education Award, Senior Boys Cross Country Award, Senior Mathematics Award, Senior Physics Award, Senior Mock Trial Award, Senior Spanish Award, the Rotary Club Academic Excellence Award, and the Tribune Democrat Academic All-Star Award. Eben is a member of the Spanish and National Honor Societies. Eben will attend Bucknell University on scholarship to major in mathematics and computer science. Ladies and gentlemen, I proudly present to you our valedictorian, Mr. Eben Blaisdell.
Thank you, Mr. Vassis. The Webster's Dictionary definition of success is, when I sat down to write this speech, cliches, old sayings or formats worn out by overuse. They are common, comfortable, yet virtually meaningless. Picture life as a phrase. There are different ways to live your life, different ways to write the phrase. Don't write a cliche. Be original. A run-of-the-mill life is dull and uninteresting. Uniqueness is not a lifestyle or just going against the grain to throw a monkey wrench in the system. Uniqueness stems from striving to be the best you can, whatever path you choose. Speaking of making things interesting, the founding document of the greatest country in the history of mankind asserts that all men are created equal. We started life the same. Through the years, our lives became diverse and more interesting. Every stage of life comes with more choices. Remember elementary school and your first friends. You took a bite of your first Ranger sub. K through 6, you grew together as a class. 2015 was a huge number. Does time even go that high? We knew that one day we would like to be like the high school students that we sometimes saw volunteering at elementary events. We knew that we would be that, but we could barely even imagine ourselves one wing above our own. 7 years sounded impossible. We had more years of elementary school ahead of us than we had years of existence behind us. But the 7 years eventually passed, and we all went to the middle school. I was afraid to be with a whole new group of people, but everybody there was very accepting of the new kid. Thank you. New friendships formed and old friendships strengthened. Changing classes without being walked by a teacher gave a small sense of autonomy, and the autonomy created a sense of confidence, a confidence that we never felt before. New groups like NASA, the chess tournament, math counts, band, chorus, student council, and other activities seemed like fun ways to spend free time, so we joined. We didn't know then that they would give us skills and teach us lessons that we would remember for the rest of our lives, not the least of which is not to sprint down a rock hill. I will never live that down. After the experiences of 3 years, in 9th grade we felt on top of the world. We finished our reading counts points. We were ready for anything. That preparedness was tested by high school. Everything was new. We were in a building with 2 stories. It was new and exciting, more than new and dangerous. We all went to different classes, no more just following your section. You'd ask an informed-looking junior or senior where a teacher's room was, and they'd answer by saying what rooms it was close to, which posed the question, where were those other rooms? But after a while, room numbers were just a sign on the door, and the rooms became known by the teachers that you talked to and learned with inside. Daily homerooms were there, and that was the time that we went through our activities. But eventually those turned to weekly activities periods. It was a very busy time. College or employment became a less far-off idea. The years passed and there were many unique experiences. We worked harder each year and continued to learn. Elementary school was 58% of our life to that point, but high school was only 17%, so the years flew quickly. Before we know it, we were seniors. We started our last year at Forest Hills ever. It didn't seem real. It felt like any other year. The year was difficult, but it came to a close. We ate our last Ranger sub together. May 19th came, and we went home from school one last time. Through all the years, we grew and became interesting people. In the next stage of our lives, we will not be together, but we will continue to grow. There will be choices. Easy decisions are between good and bad options. The harder decisions will be between the safe and the unknown. Take chances and work hard. The safe path may be easier and better defined, but the unknown will be difficult, challenging, frightening, but more rewarding. The beaten path is like a cliche, worn out by overuse. Instead, make your own path. Don't do things because everybody else is. Do them because no one ever has before. Originality is interesting. Do something new. Avoid cliches in your phrase of life. No one wants to hear them. Graduation is not the end, it's the beginning. Believe in yourself. You are the future. Everyone here exists because of their parents. They, however, have had a much more profound effect than just creating us. They have invested a large part of 150,000 hours and approximately $250,000. More importantly, they molded parts of who we are and loved us the whole time. We made our own decisions, put in all the work, and made it to graduation, but it was all with the support of our parents. Thank your parents for being there for you. Thanks, Mom and Dad. We've had 13 years of school. Each year, new teachers entered our lives. They all showed us things about the world that we never even thought of before. Mathematics, the self-evident patterns that appear in quantities and constructs. Science, the patterns that govern everything. History, the many events that make the world what it is today. And many other subjects. Teachers made it all possible. To all the teachers who made our years at Forest Hills educating and exciting, thank you.
Thank you, Evan. Before I address our graduates today, I would ask them to give their parents, friends, family, teachers a round of applause as a sign of their appreciation for all the time and effort these people have committed to them throughout the years. Thank you. Congratulations, class of 2015. Today marks yet another transition in all of your lives. Transitions sometimes give us the opportunity to start anew or continue the good work we've already done. Transitions can be hard to notice or very dramatic. No matter how big or small, how we move forward and the direction we take is in part shaped by where we have been. All of you have worked hard to make today become a reality. Tomorrow will begin a new chapter in each of your lives. We are forever connected in life's long and eventful journey. And this journey will be continued to be marked by transitions, all of which will be memorable in some way. Our hope for you is this, that we have prepared you to face whatever challenges and obstacles life presents you. Face these challenges and the connected transitions with confidence and determination, knowing the knowledge and experiences you have gained from Forest Hills will help you along your own journey from one transition to the next. It has been an honor, a privilege, and a pleasure to have been your principal over the last 3 years. I congratulate all of you on your accomplishments and future success. Good luck and God bless. And now to introduce the graduating seniors is the assistant principal of the high school, Mr. Brian Costin. Presenting the diplomas is the president of the Forest Hills Board of School Directors, Mr. Fred Russell.
Thank you, Mr. Vassis. Congratulations, class of 2015. Before we get started, though, with introducing all our graduates, I must say this has to go down as the first class ever in Forest Hills school history to be told you cannot drive to school. You overcame that. You worked with us and not against us, and I commend you for that. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce to you the class of 2015. Evan Michael Blaisdell. Kevin Lewis Wilson. Kayla Marie Gabani. Kimberly Sue Boyd. Lindsay Ann Dybert. Alexis Stephanie Edwards. Emily Christine Golden. Cheyenne Alexis Helsel. Jake Glenn Kuiper. Carrie Ann Kestermont. Amanda Quinn Colback. Kristen Gail Coonrod. Anthony Mark Matisic, Jr. Tanner Scott McCall. Emily Renee Miller. Alexander J. Murphy. Abby Michelle Richards. Thomas John Smith. Garrett Jeffrey Varner. Corey Michael Walkowski. Renee Nicole Werfel. Teresa Marie Uhas. Joseph Michael Donahue. Nicholas Edward Golden. Daniel Joseph Hartice. Jacob Carl Lowstetter. Logan Francis Madison. Kate Lauren Markham. Devin Christopher Michaels. Callie Morgan Smith. Christine Lynn Yakichik. Brooklyn Nicole Abrams. Brendan Meade Apley. Corey L. Barkley. McKenna Joe Baumgardner. Brianne Lee Biglin. Sharif Jacob Blau. Kaylee Marie Bob. Jarrett Edward Bowen. Casey Lee Boyle. Christina Nicole Brady. Keegan Alexander Bruner. Nicole Lynn Burkett. Sandra Kathleen Trinicki. Courtney Marie Chukalochuk. Kylie Shea Claycomb. Jacob Russell Colbert. Morgan Johnielle Deedle. Jonathan Thomas Delic. Taylor Nicole DeLusa. Jerry Ellen Dively. Jamie Ann Donahue.
Sean W. Emmel.
Dominic Timothy Epley. Alyssa Ray Epley. Joshua David Fashani. Leah Marie Rose Farbaugh. Kyle Stephen Flynn. Alyssa Lee Galla. Tiffany Marie Glass. Caitlin Renee Glessner. Joshua David Gold. Cody Wayne Green. Brianne Renee Greco. Gabrielle Marie Grossman. Brianna Louise Hartline. Olivia Morgan Hazlett. Hannah Marie Hendrickson. Shelby Carolyn Holdsworth. Michaela Lee Hornbake. Kevin William Ickes. Ashley Marie Jameson. Casey Ryan Jones. Amber Nicole Jordan. Joshua Lee Keshlack. Stephen John Kish. Ricky Allen Klett Jr. Samantha Caitlin Nepper. Carrington Jean Coack. Jessica Rose Kovalik. Amber Nicole Kudreski. Katie Lynn Ladicka. Paul William Loffer. Timothy Russell Loffer. Tristan Wayne Law. Bethany Grace Lear. Abigail Elizabeth Long. Joseph William Long. Tristan James Luchart. Samantha Elizabeth Lucas. Kaylin Ann Lundberg. Derek Anthony Macon. Kayla Marie Macon. Dakota Jacob Malsey. Ian Christopher Marsh. Ashley Marie May. Tyler Patrick McCall. Luke Ryan McCormick. Alexander Earl McDaniel. Rebecca Lynn Michuk. Cassandra Lynn Miller. Jacob T. Miller. Tyler Clay Miller. Edward Joseph Nana. Jesse Ellen Noggle. Jenna Lynn Nivich. Nathan J. Penrod. Elijah Lamar Piner. Joanna Hunter Pazarchik. Brooke Jean Plows. Nicholas Clark Poling. Addison Ann Replogel. Caitlin Dawn Robertson. Brandon Sabo. Zachary Thomas Sherman. Evan Michael Sherrill. Aiden James Sugars. Ian Robert Sugars. Dylan George Silko. Brendan Lynn Stepien. Morgan Jesse Stombaugh. Travis Brian Templeton. Derek Allen Thomas. Marissa Alexandria Thomas. Bradley Tonsky. Blaken Rain Toth. Destiny Renee Tiger. Casey Lynn Wilborn. Michael Anthony Williams. Hunter David Wright. Christine Marie Yatsky. Casey Elizabeth Yatsky. Katie Burrell Young. Alyssa Sue Zimmerman. Amber Rose Zimmerman. Zoe Jean Zucalato. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you the class of 2015. Thank you.
Seniors, please rise. Move your tassels. By the power vested in me as principal of the Forest Hills High School, I am pleased to state that these students have fulfilled the requirements for graduation as set forth by the Pennsylvania Department of Education and the Forest Hills School District. Ladies and gentlemen, I now present to you the graduating class of 2015. This concludes our program. Please come down to the floor to join in the celebration. Thank you.